What up, my social media family? This is your favorite realtor slash life insurance agent, Josh Brown. Today, I'm going to bring you guys some value on the real estate side because it's super important when you are going to sell your property, and this is going to be for my sellers. When you are going to sell your property, you know, all the options that are out there, right? Back in like 2022, we had a whole bunch of iBuyers that were buying properties left and right, Zillow, Open Door, Redfin, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And most people will go with those iBuyer programs because they thought it was simple, easy, clean, and straight to the point cash offer. When in reality, you cannot get that same type of offer from the realtor side, even if you were to list a property. But again, it just matters about what type of agent you are and understanding that the agent has to understand how that and which type of buyers you're looking for and which type of buyers are actually attracted to your property. So today we're going to look into the difference between going with an iBuyer like Open Door, just using a realtor to get the property sold. So we're going to dive into the financial aspects of it because a lot of people don't really understand what it takes to sell to Open Door and what it takes to actually list with the realtor. So Open Door, they hit you with no fees, quick closing, but when you guys look closer at kind of financial aspects of it, it quickly cracks down to smaller, right? You start to see the little intricate little things that they throw in there here and there. But first, let's just start with Open Door. They start out with a whopping 5% of your home sale price. That might not sound bad, but on a $300,000 house, that's $15,000 just vanishing from your pocket, right? Now compare that to a typical realtor commission at 6%. Even on the same $300,000 house, you would only pay $18,000. But look, here's the kicker, right? Remember, with a realtor, you have a chance to negotiate certain fees, commission, especially in the seller's market. We can often bring down that to 5% if we really want to. Always remember this, with the realtor's commission, it's always negotiable. It's just how much is that realtor willing to go down and how much is that seller willing to go up or down or whatever the case may be. So the savings compared to a fixed rate with Open Door, which is at 5% flat, you can always save on commission. Open Door's biggest selling point is speed to ease, right? No showings, no staging, just a quick cash offer. But here's the magic trick. Your realtor can leverage their network and marketing expertise to attract a pool of qualified buyers willing to offer cash and a quick closing also. When we say, you know, everything on a real estate contract is negotiable, that's even when we're writing down to the listing description. Hey, you know, for instance, if I got a house that I know it's gonna need work, I know it's only gonna accept cash, because you gotta think too, some of these houses won't even qualify for bank financing. So why most people think, well, I can't put that on the MLS. You can put that on the MLS because the MLS has just as many cash buyers out there, Open Door buying your property or Zillow buying your property, and we have a wide variety of cash buyers who buy at all different levels and types of property. So it could be a rental property, it could be a fixer-upper, it could be a demolished house, it could be a tear down, a scrape. Like, there's just so many little intricate pieces to that puzzle that a realtor can put together for you, besides you guys thinking if you go Open Door, it'll be easy, quick, and hurry, which we can make that happen too. That means you might still get a convenience of a fast sale, but without sacrificing a potential price deduction. You go with Open Door's lower offer when you could have put it on the market and got a higher offer with a quick close cash investor buyer. So just always remember that. Also, Open Door doesn't cover closing costs, which can easily add another 3 to 6% to your sales price. And guess what? Your realtor can often help negotiate those costs down, saving you even more money. We have a strong relationship with lenders, inspectors, and other parties involved in the transaction, meaning we can leverage our expertise to secure better deals for you. And that's why I say, like, people don't realize when you're in a real estate contract, you can negotiate down to the very penny. When you go to one of these iBuyers like Open Door, all their fees are mostly set. You can try to negotiate with them, but from their standpoint, they're not going to negotiate. They're not going to budge. They're not going to move, because if they don't buy your property, they have cash that they'll just go buy another property that will accept the fee. So remember, with the realtor, everything's negotiable, from showings, from concessions, commission, whatever the case may be. You can always get something negotiated when you're working with a realtor. And on the other side, with Open Door, that just doesn't happen. So let's do just a little bit of math, right? Open Door promised no fees, but you end up paying 5% plus closing costs, potentially totaling 8 to 11% of your sales price. And that's not including, they may take off the inspection. The house has made, especially if the house has major issues. On a $300,000 house, that $24,000 to $33,000 is just gone. With the realtor, you have a chance to make. So let's do just a little bit of math, right? Open Door promised no fees, but you end up paying 5% plus closing costs, potentially totaling 8 to 11% of your sales price. And that's not including what they may take off the inspection, especially if the house has major issues. On a $300,000 house, that $24,000 to $33,000 is just gone. With the realtor, you have a chance to negotiate lower commission, potentially saving you thousands. Plus you can work to reduce closing, further adding to your bottom line. So when we're talking about Open Door, what they like to do is get you on the contract at a higher price, go through their inspection, and then give you a list of inspection items that they either need to replace or you need to have a reduction on the price. So you definitely got to watch out that way. Most iBuyers out there, they'll list you at the price that you want. As soon as you go through inspection, they're going to beat you up and tell you that this needs to be changed, this needs to happen. And when you're on a realtor side, I'm out there negotiating for you on your best interest. So when a buyer comes to me and says, well, this is what we need, we've already informed him of everything that needs to be done with the property, and they're buying it as is. You don't have all these little, oh, I'm going to knock the price down. And if they do, we can put it back out there, or we can take a backup offer from another offer that was there with the same kind of terms. We always can negotiate the terms. That's why it's always better to go with a realtor than it is to go with the iBuyer. And the good thing about these iBuyers is even as a realtor, I can sell your property to Open Door for you and still try to negotiate those terms for you. When you're direct to Open Door, they already have a realtor on their side kind of representing them, or an attorney that has the best interest on their end. When you're working with a realtor, we're going to have the fiduciary duty to have your best interest on our end. So we're negotiating as hard as possible for the best price, terms, or whatever the case that we need to negotiate for you. Now let's not forget, right? With the realtor, you have control over your timeline. Need some time to find your next home or finalize details? No problem. If you need to close on the house and move into your next one, we get to manage the process at your pace, taking the pressure off while still securing a speedy sale. So let's say, for instance, you already bought a house, right? You need the funds from this house to close on that next house, and then you need time to move all that stuff from that one house to your next house. As a realtor, we can negotiate each and every one of those little intricate pieces of terms so that when you do, let's say, go to move into your next house, you can close on this house first, have a little post-occupancy agreement to give you maybe a week or two, maybe even 30 days to get everything moved into your brand new house. And we can even negotiate to where it's just a free rent back. So you're not even paying anything to store your things there and be able to move in a timely fashion as you would like. So, when you're working with a well-educated, sophisticated, and passionate agent like myself, I'm gonna do everything I possibly can to get you the terms that you want to win in your favor. Because we have to accomplish your goals at the end of the day. Open Door, these iBuyers, they're not gonna accomplish your goal. They just want to get what they want for the price that they want and move on to the next person. For me, I care about every transaction that I have and the people that I am that hired me to do the job for them. So Open Door's convenience comes at a cost. A potentially lower offer and limited control. Your realtor gives you the best of both worlds. The potential for a higher price through a competitive market and flexibility to navigate the process on your own terms. It's the ultimate recipe for a stress-free sale with maximum reward. Most people think only certain type of properties go on the MLS, but that's not true. No matter what type of property you have, the MLS has the most competitive buyer. You just need the right agent who can maximize your goal. And that's why I say, a lot of calls that I've been having lately is like, well, I'm just looking for a cash offer. I don't think my property needs to go on the MLS. We have tons of cash buyers on there. No matter what type of property you have, literally. You can have a commercial property, you can have a lease property, you can have a short-term rental, you can have a long-term rental, you can have a single-family home, you can have a multi-family. No matter what type of property you have, the MLS has buyers for it. And that's why I try to educate all my sellers. Whenever you are looking to sell your property, always check with a couple different realtors to see what they say. Even for sale by owners, check with some realtors, get their understanding, and just make sure that they're actually really good realtors. And they'll give you their honest opinion on what they think you should do. And remember, we don't get paid until the property sells. So even if we list your property and it doesn't sell, do you know how much exposure you just got just for going with the realtor free of charge, basically? So most people think that they're gonna save money by, selling it on their own, which they can, but in the hindsight, we're professionals. We do this every day. We're trying to find the best buyer with the right price, with the right terms, and to save you the most amount of money at the end of the day. Because you can sell a property, but also how much did you save by selling that property on your own or by going with the iBuyer? So it's always good to know what particular terms come with both sides of the story. And this is just a little piece of Open Door versus a realtor, which I think we'll be able to come together and you guys will be able to see what the difference is. So if you guys want a free consultation, drop a comment, DM me. So this is your favorite realtor. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Share this video. Yeah, I think those are all the things. But yeah, this is your favorite realtor, Josh Brown. Over and out.